as a new take on the way that a Facebook game would work, the One Ring is planning to have a small amount of content that you charge for, and that is where, as well as advertising revenue, you'd kind of hope to make some of the money from Microcosm games. So could you tell us how that would work?
Yeah. It's key that the game can be played for free and be brilliant, because we want everyone to see the game and to enjoy it and to get that kind of growth that you get from that. We also want to earn money from it, and to make that work, you want to have parts of the game that you need to pay to play that are different, if not better. So you could play Boromir, you could play Éowyn, you could play Samwise for free. If you want to play someone like Gandalf or Aragorn, we charge for it. That way, players who haven't got so much money can still enjoy playing a lot. Those who can afford it can have a slightly different experience and hopefully explore different parts of the game. That way we make a game that succeeds for us so that we can continue to look after it, add the content and pay all the people that are involved with it. And we hope that it succeeds both for the casual gamer who doesn't want to spend any money on it but can still hang out with their friend who it happens does want to pay for the game. And the kind of money that we envisage people paying to play in the game, it might be, say, a couple of pounds a week. And if you compare that to what people might spend on videos or on beer or pizza, it's really much, much smaller, and people are generally very comfortable about those kind of levels of payment.
Okay, that's fine. Well, talking about that, on this week's show we've been talking about downloadable content, about paying for extra content. Everybody's been used for a very long time, as I was saying, a single product that is released, you pay for it once, you play through the entire thing, and that's it. It's a one-off payment. So, with us looking at downloadable content, obviously it's a process that you're using as continual small payments rather than one large payment. So, would you see that as a way forward, or do you see that possibly it could be a way for game producers to extort the user as a way of releasing something and then possibly holding back on some content so that they can charge them again and again, or actually they could have released it in the first place?
Yeah, I can see how it can go both ways. You really have to look at whether the customer feels that they're getting a fair deal and that they weren't conned into some situation where they haven't got enough for what they paid, and then they're told, oh, you've got to pay a bit more, or you can't have the fun that you thought you were promised that you deserve from the situation you're in. So I guess it's really about whether there's value for money. And the numbers of people that we're hoping to get into the One Ring compared to other Facebook games show us that we should be able to deliver content of a very good value for people. I think right now people are going to be blown away by how much content there is. Hours and hours of voice-acted material coming up for an hour and a quarter, hour and a half of music at this time. And we're still working on that. All kinds of different pictures and artwork and hours of gameplay. And given that we offer a lot of that for free, I think that in our case we won't have that problem at all.
Well, you obviously care very much about the customer and that interaction between developer and customer.
Yeah.
So do you see, as well as a distribution medium, do you see Facebook as an improved way of getting feedback from the customer in real time? Would you see developers online with the gamers as they're playing to kind of talk them through what they
Yeah, it's a strength of indie game developers and often a weakness of the big publishing, that there's this barrier between, and often it's not clear why that's the case. Valve, who make Half-Life, Team Fortress 2, a firm I very much respect, their main guy gives out his email address on these kind of podcasts and says to the players, please email me. I may not respond to everyone, but I will read every single email. And that's on one of the most popular PC games around, and with presumably hundreds of thousands of people playing it. And it's crucial that you have that connection to your players they can talk to you, you can hear what they say. You may not agree with it, but if you hear it, you'll always hear the points of view. And sometimes, and this has happened to me all through my gaming life, someone comes up with something, and you've sat there and you thought, for 6 months I've been saying the opposite, and now, no, I was wrong, they're right. I have to do a U-turn because they're right. You can't get away from it. The player has been playing the game more than I have, and they've understood something. And okay, we're going to go with that. Sorry, sorry I've been wrong for all that time. This is the direction we're going to go now. And that happens again and again, and I would love it if we get that kind of connectivity with the people who play the One Ring, who can tell us, guys, you've totally messed up with your wolf combat levels. They're much too high. Or, Aragorn, he's a wimp. You've got to do better than that. And some of them will be wrong, and some of them will be right, and we won't know, and then we'll think about it, and we'll make judgments. And the game will get better and better as you get iterative feedback from the players telling you how to make the game better. So, yes, I really want us to have a strong community, and I want the developers to be right in the heart of that.